A very good afternoon to all present here. It gives me great pleasure to welcome you all to AspireX, Industry Readiness Panel Discussion, themed Inspiring Growth and Transformation. This platform has been thoughtfully designed to bridge the gap between learning and real-world industry expectations. On behalf of ICT Academy of Kerala and all the participants, I extend a heartfelt welcome to our esteemed chief guest, Mr. Muralidharan Manigal, CEO, ICTAK. Our keynote speaker, Mr. Srikumar KV. Our esteemed moderator, Mr. Harish Rajendran, and our distinguished panelist, Ms. Thara D'Souza, Mr. Kishore CG, and Mr. Jilani Yaklar. We are truly honored by your presence and grateful for the time and insights you are about to share with us. I also warmly welcome our expert speaker, Mr. Leo Joy, whose session earlier today provided us with valuable technical perspectives and industry relevant knowledge. This program is a significant opportunity for all of us as aspiring professionals to gain clarity, direction, and inspiration from leaders who have successfully navigated the industry. We believe today's session will empower us to make informed career decisions and prepare us to face future challenges with confidence. Once again, thank you all for being part of AspireX and for contributing to the growth and transformation of young minds. Wishing everyone an insightful and engaging session ahead.
Thank you, Ms. Gauri, for the warm welcome address.
We are now honored to have Mr. Srikumar KV, Head of Retail Operations Unit of ICTAK, to deliver the keynote address.
Good afternoon to all. Once again, I welcome all the participants and the panel members on behalf of ICT Academy of Kerala. And I take this opportunity to thank the AspireX panel to give the opportunity to address the 10th edition of AspireX. So I'm here actually to set the context of the program, as well as actually the purpose actually why we are actually driving such a students and actually industry interaction program. As I mentioned, it is a 10th edition of AspireX, that actually this is a platform giving an opportunity for our students to interact with the industry experts. So we started it in 2025 with actually limited hours of interaction, that actually only 1.5 hour session to actually inviting the industry experts. Most probably we are very much focusing on actually inviting the people from a different domains. Maybe a technical expert is one of the panel member, then actually a HR actually or human resource expert is one of the panel member, then actually a business centric actually experts is one of the panel members. Like that way we inviting the peoples, and actually that help actually our candidates to understand what happening in the industry from the industry practitioners. Most of the times what happens means at the time of your learning, even though if you having an opportunity to learn from the industry experts, but actually the practitioners having more actually insights to share with you what is happening in the industry. So today actually we having 3 special members here. So I would like to actually welcome them for this program. So Mr. Jilani, having actually more than 25 years of experience, is carrying to actually establishing center of excellence or actually delivery centers in outside the US campuses, and he is actually actively playing a role to set up a delivery center in Travancore. So he having the expertise in all the domains. So I can't actually say in a single domain he having expertise. He is actually having expertise in all the domains. So he is one of the panel member today. And actually we also have Kishore with us. Kishore is actually a cybersecurity expert. He is with Infosys. He also actually with actually more than 50 years of experience in the domain. And also we have Thara ma'am. He is actually from PIT Solutions. He's handling the human resource things, and he also having a very rich experience from a various industry. So this is the opportunity for you people to interact with them and actually get more insight from their side, because this panel discussion is very limited to discuss the points which is we feel actually relevant to the candidates, because it's a Q&A is designed such a way. Actually Harish is going to moderate this session. But actually, sometimes we may actually miss your vibes. You would like to know something else than what we actually try to get from the experts. So we are always actually giving a space for you to actually interact with the panel members at the end of the session. So in the Q&A, I would like to request you to actually use the time very effective manner, and instead of actually clarifying some of the doubts you have with your colleagues and other peoples, use this platform to actually get it actually more authorized information from the experts. So that is one request from my side. So use this opportunity and actually have a better actually learning phase on today, and I'm wishing you all the best for a better career growth. So once again, thanking you for all the peoples who are here to make this AspireX 10th edition is successful. Thank you.
Thank you for that inspiring keynote address. So I want to invite Mr. Murali sir for giving a small token of appreciation to Mr. Leo sir. Hi, sir. Now let us move on to the core segment of AspireX, the panel discussion. We are pleased to have Mr. Harish Rajendran, sir, Senior Knowledge Officer of ICTAK, as the moderator of today's discussion. We welcome you to the stage, sir.
Let us introduce our panelist, Ms. Thara D'Souza, Head of Human Resource Speed Solutions, a seasoned HR professional with 25 years of experience across global IT, ITC, and consulting organizations, having led recruitment functions at Sundek, EY, ER, Donnell, ARS Traffic, and Technology Services. She has built and scaled recruitment practices aligned with business strategy, strengthened employer branding, enabled technology-driven hiring, and ensured smooth onboarding. Key achievements include scaling teams across business units, expanding nationwide talent sourcing, stabilizing talent pools, and driving talent strategy initiatives across talent management, development, and employee management. We welcome you, ma'am.
Mr. Kishore CG, cybersecurity strategist and lead consultant, Infosys Limited. Championing security for all, he brings over a decade of experience in cyber resilience, identity security, and AI-driven threat defense. As a CISM certified strategist, SailPoint identity leader, and Palo Alto VCISO, he helps organizations implement zero trust frameworks, strengthen incident response, and align security with executive priorities. Hands-on with 100 plus security tools across access management, identity governance, cloud, and infrastructure security. He focuses on secure by design systems and innovations at the intersection of AI and security. Because security is not a privilege, it is a necessity. We welcome you, sir.
Mr. Jelani Yeklar, Director Managing Global Enterprise Technologies, Quality Engineer and Transformation, Royal Caribbean International. He is a seasoned business transformation and technology modernization leader currently working in Royal Caribbean International, where he focuses on driving strategic initiatives in ERP, global payments, fintech, and HR product transformation. Originally based in Florida, he brings a global perspective to his work and has held various roles within Royal Caribbean Group centered on technology and transformation. We welcome you, sir.
Good evening, one and all. I hope I'm audible. So, good evening to the 14th session of AspireX by ICT Academy of Kerala. And I welcome all of you, esteemed guests that we have with us today. So, I hope all of you are already familiar with ICT Academy of Kerala and the work that we do in upskilling all of this youth of our the state of Kerala. So, a little bit about myself. I am Harish Rajendran, Senior Knowledge Officer working with ICTAK. I mainly provide trainings in cybersecurity. And before we begin, I think we can also have from your own selves an introduction about yourselves, and then we can start today's panel discussion. So I welcome all of you. Welcome everyone.
Okay, so as I was thanking everybody, right? To be true, it's an excellent platform for anybody who is actually looking to prosper, even though they are starting from scratch or somebody who have already gained some kind of an experience, but they might want to upskill, then this is the great platform. And thanks to Muralidharan sir for getting this platform up and running. So it's an excellent initiative. And to be true, I have been working very closely with each of them for the past 6+1 months, I guess. Okay, so coming to my role, I am usually based off Miami, and Royal Caribbean International is a major cruise line. And as of now, what we are trying to do is we are trying to establish a delivery center here in Trivandrum. There is a reason for that because we are partnering with IBS, which is very close by, which is located in this Technopark, phase 1. And we also partner with others like PCS, EY, Cognizant, CapG. So there are other multiple partners. But in short, we are pretty much transforming all our technologies across multiple domains. So it's not a just technology transformation, but it's a transformation of the business model itself. So I don't know if you guys have heard when IBM launched their first software, it was a very robust command line, which is called CLI. And then the core language were RPGs, COBOL, and all that stuff. Don't get me wrong. Even now, most of the banks do use those core platforms because it's very robust and it is all on-prem, but it gets the job done. But it doesn't fit everything for everybody. So for banking, there is transactions, millions of transactions, security is at high risk. So that's the reason that blends in well. But for other platforms, when it comes to travel and entertainment, the landscape has changed. So that requires a major transformation of all the projects. So as part of that, I am here. I'm located in Trivandrum. I'm trying to get a complete delivery center established. And as part of that, we are working closely with Muralidharan sir on that part.
Can you tell us a bit more about your organization?
I'm not sure if anybody knows what a cruise line is. Cruise line is like a major cruise ship. So the latest cruise ship, what we have launched is like a floating city. It can accommodate 10,000 guests. So 10,000 guests for about a week, and then it goes to multiple destinations. It's most of them are located in US and Europe, and then it goes to transatlantic as well. So you can imagine, in order to feed 10,000 people, how much of food is needed. How do they manage everything? Like how do everything get serviced? Like just the milk, it's like tons and gallons, thousands of gallons of milk. And you have to make sure that it's good, like it doesn't get spoiled after X amount of time. So there is a lot that is involved when it comes to complexity, how the trash is even recycled and all that stuff. So in order to maintain the ships, there are multiple applications which run on the ship itself. And then in addition to that, there are traditional channels where people can browse, book, and all that stuff. That applies to pretty much any travel or entertainment. But there are a lot more complexities when it comes to operating a cruise line. And we are also expanding to hotels and then transfers as well as land excursions. So there is something which we built recently that's called an island. So that island is like a theme park. So the business is growing, and it's time for us to pretty much move or upgrade our business model, not just only transforming the technology, but also the business itself. So, great. Thank you. Any questions, anybody? I think I took most of the time. Sorry.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Now over to you, Kishore, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, AspireX, for me here and esteemed panelists and our fellow team members here of AspireX. Thank you, Sridhar sir, for me here. I think through Sridhar sir only I got this, get into this panel because he was asking for me, is there an option and all? So I said, okay, at least this is the chance we have to give back to the community where I'm also belonging. So about myself, quickly, I'm based out of Travancore. I have around 18 years of experience in cybersecurity. So I started with my career in cybersecurity only, first out of my engineering. So it was almost a decade of experience working in multiple tools and domains. So it's great to see ICT platform because in the era of when we graduated, it was kind of you need to learn some languages, Java, C, C++ kind of thing. And from that, it's completely shifted into a domain-specific one, like
Yeah, I actually saw you, sir, during the ICTAK Travancore chapter conference where you delivered a
yeah, one of the platform
session,
right, on
Zero
zero
Trust.
trust. Yeah, right. So basically, that's what currently the way how ICT platform is engaging the students. But it's very good because you have already divided into a section of teams like data science, AAML, and cyber security. So that is specific to what the industry demands and needs. I belong to cybersecurity, so maybe in the next upcoming sessions, I'll give my view on how you have to think about.
That will be much welcome, sir.
Right. So and also I hear Jilani sir about the Caribbean International. It's great to hear a lot of stuff about that in a short note, and I look forward to also have a session with Thara ma'am to see her views on the HR side. So about the current era and the way how we have to look forward, what I think is, see, we are on a revolutionized era right now. AI is coming in, you all know, ChatGPT, Copilot, all these things are coming like boom. You type the code and you ask, it is coming as whether it's hallucination or all. So all the data is coming in. So only thing is you need to rationalize how to use it. So that is something very important as a student. You need to know and pick right moment, right? So there are a lot of things at the stake. So it's about how you are responsible to yourself, okay, to see and act. So with that,
Also, a bit more about your current organization. And
absolutely.
role, sir.
So currently, I'm working in Infosys as an enterprise security architect, come program manager. So there are multiple roles I'm delivering, but my most focus is on the organization practice side on cybersecurity, where we are focusing on multiple clients delivering SOC, vulnerability management, PT, and cloud security and all. So I was an IDAM architect for almost 15 years and then moved to cloud security and now focusing on enterprise security solutions, including some of the latest technologies, emerging technologies on AI and how we can bring and enable AI security when there are MLs models coming in. Obviously, with the advantage, we also have the other side of the threat actor and vectors, which we have to all focus as a cybersecurity. So that's how it is. And I also give training and lectures to the internal teams and mentor them. So kind of an ETA platform which we use. So yeah, that's in a nutshell about myself.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for the introduction. Now over to you, ma'am.
Good evening, all. I am an HR person. I want people participation. Otherwise, I'll stop. Good evening, all. Good, very good. So thank you, ICTAK, and he has rightly said Ashwati has done lots of work. Okay, she send messages, she writes, and so good evening, Ashwati. I don't see her here. Good evening, Sri Kumar sir. Okay, I think I've closely connected with ICT for almost 4 years now, and it's a very noble service. That's what I would like to put it. Okay, do you know your value statement? Anybody? ICT Academy value statement. See, HR people ask questions. Definitely yes. If anybody can say value statement, I don't have any gift, but I can definitely give you this. One flower from here I will give you. Anybody? No. Bad. Very bad. It's a very noble service that ICT Academy is doing. Their primary responsibility is capability development inside the state and beyond, right? Yes. So I belongs to PITS Solution. I'm heading the HR function of PITS. And If you ask me, we have almost 25 years with us. This has been here. This is our 26th year. We are a digital service agency. We work with website development, web application, mobile application, custom software, development services, okay, and works on multiple technology stack. That's how we work. And we do believe in our core value of honesty, hard work, and trust, okay. When I say trust and honesty and hard work, why I decided to say this to you is because these are the three very important things that as freshers you should have, okay. Right now you are starting your journey, your professional journey, okay. It's a huge transition from, it's a fundamental change, I will tell you, okay. You need to see, as he has said, use ChatGPT rationally, which is very true, okay. Before we used to get one liner saying that I need work from home, okay. Now we have ChatGPT, which gives you 2 paragraphs on this one line, okay. And they sent all this, just cut and paste and put it and send it to me, saying this thing is the same. It's a permission for work from home, but you have 2 paragraphs to read now. Okay,
we will summarize it using AI and read it in
yes.
one line.
So please make sure that you use it very carefully. Don't cut and paste it, okay. There are lots of prompts that we can use now, okay. And please make sure that when you do these sorts of mails, be very clear on what you are doing, okay. So we'll talk in our coming sessions. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. So I think the round of introductions is over now. I think we can go into the core of our AspireX. So there is a change. I think it is visible to everyone who is involved, but from outside maybe it's invisible. Like in the tech landscape, there is a humongous change which is happening, like from various different endpoints, like AI on one end, and then shifting attitudes, shifting generations on the other. So we will be talking about that. So first of all, I think we can talk about the emerging opportunities across the tech landscape, how it is changing, how the opportunities are changing, and how the job seekers would benefit by, you know, how they can grab those opportunities. So anyone can go, but I think we can start from now.
Okay. Okay, if you ask me AI, see, we will start with the agrarian revolution. Do you know what agrarian revolution is? Yes, we had our grandparents or great-grandparents going to the field and working in the field, okay? From there, it started to industry revolution, right? There was lots of innovative, creative developments happened at that time. In fact, industry revolution is one reason for the HR people to be here. Okay, so there, I think there was a huge human potential which has worked. And it's the same thing that we need now here in this particular AI platform. It's a human potential against the machine. That is how it works, okay? If you look at it, we need to invest on our brain, okay? Brain capital is very important, okay? Brain health is one thing, brain skill is another thing. Okay, so there are lots of information, lots of data. Every day we are getting lots of data, and it is very difficult to get these data, sorted out, know what is for us, what is not for us. Okay, as freshers or as few people are going into the corporate world, what I'd like to tell you is that you need to have your whatever certificates that you are getting, it's a foundation, and it should be a very strong foundation that you are having. Okay, it's a text is very important. See, people may say that you are bookish, but you know what it is. You can only build on that foundation which you have now. And that is very important. Then your earning agility is very important. See, there are positions which have become obsolete now. There are no, because it has been taken over by AI. So the position, the skill sets, those are shrinking, but there are certain things which are growing very fast. Okay, what you find today, you may not find in the next 2 or 3 years by now, or 6 months by now. So when we hire people, okay, I have my team here. When we hire people, they find it very difficult to get one person shortlisted, because we are not hiring for today. We are not hiring for tomorrow. We are hiring for people who can work on these global forums. We are hiring people for who can have digital complex agenda, who can drive those agendas. We are hiring people who can build strong platforms, global platforms. Okay, so I was talking to Srikumar sir. One thing which is very important is that when I joined 2000, that's, I also have 25 years of experience in Technopark. When I joined Suntech, that's my first company, see, we never show our juniors to the clients. We never show that. It's always the senior people who talk to the clients. But now these things have changed. The client comes, see, I was telling him, see, we have a client who's 22 years old in the organization who walks around inside the pits. Okay, so he come and sit with all these junior people. So communication is very, very important. All your interviews, okay, any level of interview you take, you will have a test, you will have a technical round, you will have an HR round, and the last round, before you roll out the offer, it is with the client. And the English is the language, okay? So you need to practice it. Now you have lots of options. When I was small, I didn't have any options. I only had a convent sister who says that English there is a Tim, okay, and I used to put that, okay, we used to get 50 paise and we used to put it there because it was very, very compulsory. You need to enforce it, actually. So you need to make sure that you listen to BBC, you listen to English movies, you listen to the news, you listen to the song, you read books, okay, you editorials, everything.
You chat with ChatGPT.
ChatGPT, everything you need to. Okay, I smile. Okay, I'm really sorry. Yes, ChatGPT. Yes, Google. Yes. So because see, this is very important for you. Okay, I mean, you are moving out. You are getting into a very, ever-changing technology front. Okay, it is not easy. It is AI is there. You have geopolitical issues is there. You have to navigate lots of things. Okay. I don't know whether you have heard Bani, VUCA. There are lots of things which are volatile, technology, and volatile industry. So there we need to be very, very equipped with all these technologies in hand, including English. Okay, that's no longer a soft skill. English is not a soft skill, it's a hard skill. And you need to equip that really well. I think
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Now, Kishore, sir, I would like to know your perspective on the changing demands and new emerging opportunities that you have seen in your long career.
Sure. So I'd like to take it in a different perspective, team. So here, when you say changing the emerging technologies, right? So see, as you mentioned already, the data science is there, AML is there, cybersecurity is there. So these are three core areas there, and there are other industries also. But the question which I want to ask is, okay, I can say a number of emerging technologies and a lot of domains, which is something upcoming also, right? But how you guys are prepared for that, right? So that's a relevant question. So I see almost around 45 students. I think there are faculties also in this, right? So are you guys really prepared for this when you joined ICT, right? Have you taken that pledge? I'm just questioning, right? Because if I'm at your space, I do that, right? That okay, I'm doing something. Did I set my goals correctly, right? In down the line, after 6 months, when I come out of ICT, I have to have a job in hand. And what are the basic things which I have done? Basic hygiene things. Am I disciplined myself, right? So these are the basic things which will come up, and to answer those questions. For example, the self-discipline. Are you waking up early, or are you exercising yourself? Are you fit enough? Like brain fitness, ma'am said, excellent point. Because if you have to have, if you have to survive in an IT industry where there are emerging technologies happening, you need to have that brain fitness, right? You need to have that health fitness. So are you doing that things, or are you just going to the movie and Friday evenings and kind of all these things? So that's a different thing. But what I'm trying to say is the self-discipline is very important.
Yeah, and fixed time for learning. Like
correct. You fix it. So you are coming here. You are doing some kind of an exercise and getting the classes and all. But are you self-disciplined yourself and aligned on the goals what you need to achieve down the line after 6 months? Do you have a proper breakup schedule? See, unless and until you don't do this, the point is, even if we say there are a number of domains, technologies and all, right, it doesn't matter. So the focus is you have to have that 100% responsibility and make sure you are having the proper goals and objective in mind, which will help you to achieve the domain. That is the first number one point I want to say. The second point is, yes, I'm answering to the question. See, when you say there is something I want to achieve, the goal, right? Accordingly, you need to also align what is I want, right? It's not just for the job, right? You are passed out as an engineering or a graduate, right? And you need to what you are going to do in 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. You need to have that vision, right? Unless and until you cannot be kind of a person you want to be down the line after 20 years. So that is where you put your baseline. So you are coming out of a transformation now. After college degree, you are coming as a transformation to the next level of your foundation. So you need to put that foundation very clearly, and you need to have that vision. Unless and until you don't have this, and okay, let's see the way how it goes, right? Then it just goes like the wind. So that should not be in your mind. So that is the second point. And third point, the emerging technologies. There are very important technologies and domains coming in, and it is perspective the different verticals. For example, I was like Janani mentioned. So the kind of an container space and the shipping industry. There are flight industry. There are different industries which are very interesting, right? And you have a lot of IT, ITSS, and supply services there. So these are the options you can kind of try to explore. So you can explore all these things once you set yourself certain disciplines and goals and objectives, right? I hope all of you are getting it right. It's not kind of an one to many communication. I want to see at least okay somebody nodding the head and all. I can see some people are nodding, but somebody's looking at the phones and all. So everybody has to be active. So that makes sense. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Now, one quick question from the cybersecurity side, since you are in the cutting edge of cybersecurity. So, do you see the jobs in cybersecurity increasing or decreasing due to the impact of AI?
See, that's a very interesting question, I will say, because there are changes when AI coming into play. Really, like let's say there is a transition happened from 2010 to 2015, 2015 to 20, and now there is a transition happening. Okay, because between 2015 to 20, not much AI is there, right? Most of them are focusing on SOC. So there is a good kind of an onboarding into the SOC team, like SOC analyst and all. So now what trend is happening because AI coming is there's a SOC AI agents are there, right? And somebody need to configure this agent, somebody need to use this agent and all. So demand is still there. Okay, even if AI agents are coming in, there has to be person who need to configure, who need to manage, who need to monitor. So unless and until human intervention is not there, it's kind of a stuckness system, right? I think how many of you have seen Matrix and Terminator and all? I hope all of you are fans of that, right? So you might have seen stuckness. So that is something not very long. The way how it is transforming, somebody push up an AI workflow which can automatically create botnets. It's kind of going a haywire situation, right? So there is definitely going to be human intervention required, and cybersecurity is one of the low-hanging fruit. I can say, see the other areas, because why cybersecurity? Everybody, it's a boom everywhere, right? Everybody is saying cybersecurity, so go and pick up. So it will not work. It will not work that way. See, cybersecurity is kind of like you became the jack of all but king of none situation, right? You have to know n number of tools. You need to know network. You need to know infra. You need to know hardware, right? At least you need to have that kind of an language and experience. Then only you will be able to survive and manage. Otherwise, you will not be able to handle the task at hand. So that is one of the challenging tasks while comparing to data science and AI. They need to be specific to a particular stack. But when it comes to cybersecurity, you need to have multiple skills. So you have to have that passion and vision. Okay, otherwise you will not be able to survive. That is the other area. So what I say is, yes, there are opportunities. Answering to question, yes, there are opportunities there. It's about how polish ourselves, the person on the ground, right? How skilled enough and how he's brain fit, according to ma'am what she said.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Kishore, sir. Now over to you, sir. I would like to know your opinion on the emerging opportunities and how roles have changed. Like you have seen during your duration of your career, how the traditional roles have changed today.
Okay. Hello, everybody. Like to stand, please. I do understand there is a reason why you guys have gathered here, right? And as Thara said, communication is the key. No matter where you go, right? That is something base. You need to make sure that you are an effective communication. When I say communication, it's not like how well you are able to frame the sentence or how good is your grammar. No, that doesn't mean communication. Communication means you have to be open. You have to stand up. You have to be brave enough to start asking questions or communicating with anybody. like, don't worry about your vocabulary. Nobody is looking for a perfect English sentence here. No, it's like, are you able to interact with the person? Are you open enough to go and interact, sit with the person, discuss something, irrespective of like how well your English is, right? That is communication, and you need to make sure that you are building that up. So if you are going to keep yourself as an interesting person, that's not going to work. You need to become an extrovert, right? So once you are an extrovert, then you will be able to free up yourself. And initially, there is always a bump. Once you get up to that bump, then you will free more. So at that point, you will feel that, okay, yeah, you are empowered, and then you will be able to communicate much better, right? So that's the key. And the other thing Kishore sir said, right, discipline. You need to maintain some discipline. You need to have some discipline for yourselves, right? So Kishore sir just was mentioning that, saying, oh, some of them were watching the mobile phone. Even now, some are watching something else, right? It's okay. It's up to you guys, because this session is for you guys, right? And if you incur that discipline in yourself, that's going to benefit you, because at the end of the day, technologies will evolve. Fortunately or unfortunately, guys, you have picked a field which is never going to stop. These things will continue to change. All the technologies, there is no staticness for that. So technologies will continue to emerge. Unfortunately, you have picked that field, right? So say, for example, if you're trained as a pilot, okay, maybe once you got trained, you know how to fly the aircraft, that's it. It's not much that's going to change. Probably there will be a different aircraft coming in, maybe once in lifetime, but that's about it. But here, that's not the case, right? So there was a Java, there was C++, there was like .NET, and then there came data analytics, then came AI, then came ML. Today, it's all agentic AI. Tomorrow, there might be quantum, right? So don't stick to a particular technology. Make sure you are able to upskill yourself. So when you join any particular company, make sure you gather the domain knowledge. That is the most critical piece for any business to run. No matter which client, which business, which field you are in, if you are an expert in the domain, how the business model works, then you always will have an upper edge. And then whatever technological skills you have, that will add to your existing skill set. So that's what you need to code for. And then in order to get that business domain knowledge, you need to work with the people. You need to understand, you need to invest time. So if you're looking for a 9-to-5 job, probably that's not going to happen. But once you get to a stage where you have acquired that knowledge, it's okay. At that point, nobody really cares. Like if you're coming in for 9 and leaving at 5, right? So that doesn't matter at that point. But once you get to that, in order to get to that one, there will be an extra effort that is needed from your side. And like technologies, like, okay, security, I totally agree. Yes, security is something which is all visible, because now everybody is using AI, and you need to make sure that, okay, it is properly secured. In order to get the access for cursor for my own company or my own team members, it took 6 months for the security team to approve it, because they have to make sure that, okay, this is being used properly, right? They had to bring in the LLM within the VPN, and then they had to make sure that, okay, the data doesn't go out of the VPN network, even though we are hosting on the cloud. So we had to buy the LLM itself, right? So those are the things that will be done by the security team. So there is a lot of work on the security side. But if everybody starts to jump on the security, that's not going to work, right? So you need to make sure that you are getting your knowledge across. So diversify your knowledge. In that way, you know pretty much everything, because you are getting started. Once you get started, you pick something where you want to go in, then you can go all vertical. But initially, you need to have some at least basic knowledge, everything horizontal. So pretty much like security is one, okay, data is another one, reporting is another one, web applications is another one, development is another one. So you have multiple disciplines, but you need to have at least high level understanding of how these disciplines work, because you never know who is going to knock your door and what opportunities you might come get in, right? So at that point, but you need to make sure that you are excelling, right? So in this era, if you are good, if you are very good, that's not going to work. You need to be exceptional in whatever you do, right? You should be able to convince the person who is looking for some kind of work, even though that skill set is not within you, he should find that, okay, you are capable of grabbing or getting to the level what the person is expecting within no time. Once you are able to provide that kind of a confidence, then you are in business. If the person feels that, okay, yeah, he is very well That, say for example, security is, oh, you have done like 15 courses in security, you're an expert in security, but that person doesn't feel that, okay, you will be able to come up really fast if that the person needs to move you from security to something else. So where is the flexibility? If this person is the person flexible enough, is the person good enough to grasp anything and then start working on it? Because in real world people, there is no way that you will be able to stick to one particular field and then continue for another 15, 20 years. That's not going to happen. I will give it to you in writing, right? You might start as an analyst, you might end up as a security architect. I don't know, right? Or you might end up as a CEO, right? It all depends upon your skill sets, how well you are able to manage, how well you are able to interact with people, and even management of other people. So how do you blend in a team? Like what are your skill sets when it comes to working with a large team, with a small team? How well you play as a team player? Those things, everything matters at that point, because people need to recommend you, people need to appreciate your work, right? So that requires a lot of patience. It requires a lot of skill sets, a lot of learning, a lot of understanding, and the knowledge you have. So are you able to provide any guidance to anybody who is superior to you? So in order to get to that stage, that means you need to be little higher than the boss who knows everything, right? So if you can go one step above, then probably you are providing some feedback saying that, okay, this can be done in this way. At that point, you are in business, my friend. If not, then you will be always setting back yourself.
Now coming to my organization. Yes, Infosys, you all know, it work in multiple companies, basically in multiple time zones in Australia, US and all. I work in the EMEA time zone. So basically, even though I work in EMEA time zone, my day start at morning 10 o'clock, okay, Indian time, because I have to also support the clients at Indian shift. And then it goes till up to 11 o'clock at night. And in some occasions, it happens that it's a call coming. There's a scenario happened on December when it was a Christmas holiday. Call happened at night 12 o'clock. There is a breach, right? So being a cybersecurity guy, that's another challenge, I can say. I take it as a challenge. You can also say, okay, no, I don't want to work on it, so I cannot be taking a cybersecurity. No, that's a different case. Okay, I take it as a challenge, and you have to log in at night 12 o'clock, right, to see what is the threat and how to fix it. So we all have to go into a call and triaging and all, and then we work for midnight till up to 4 a.m. and all. But you got the combo off. See, that is where the HR is coming into, right? So we are projecting that, yes, see, we did the work, okay, we secured the environment and the entire team is there. And I said appreciation mails that, okay, see, these are the things, 10 things we did, and everybody got applause. So basically, on a Christmas evening, when it was all, every family was there, when we are all supposed to settle down with the family and enjoy the holiday, we got into the call, and then finally we celebrated, and we got some appreciation also from the customer that, okay, we saved their day also. So finally it turned into a situation.
Well.
Yes. Now what I'm saying is the opposite of this attitude. So there was an attitude, one guy was saying, okay, I cannot join, but there was another guy saying, okay, I can join and I can fix it. Now the person who said a good attitude got appreciation, everything by end of the Christmas, right? So see, that's how you need to differ. Okay, I'm just giving an example so that you can
Career
visualize.
graphs will show that difference, right?
Correct, absolutely. So basically, coming to the question, everybody in this at your age, on fresher side, you all have to be positive outlook, right? And nobody is going to stop you, right? Nobody is going to put you in the sharks and say that, okay, hit me hard. No, everybody, there is going to be managers, there is going to be a line of chain and all, right? So you will get support, right? So only thing is you need to have a positive outlook. There is a team there which is looking forward, and you are not just going to join there. Maybe you will join as a junior, right? And down the line you will become the senior, right? Then the way how you are looking at the senior, you will be also looking at your juniors down the line. So you need to see all these things and take a call that, yes, I have to do my job perfectly. So that makes sense, and definitely it will get rewarding, right? So this is my experience, and the things
I think
and
it's
issues.
spot on. It's all about perspective.
Correct, absolutely.
Yeah. So thank you, Kishore sir. If ma'am, you would like to add something to on the same topic.
Okay, I think we have covered quite a lot here, but still I'll say that, see, there are lots of challenges, okay? I'll say, see, if it's an anchored ship, okay, again, we have a cruiser here, so I think we'll use a ship here. See, the anchored ship never makes a good sailor, right? You know what it is, right? Can you say what I meant? Correct. No, I got something. Okay, so that means if the ship is, if the wave is, there is no waves, nothing, we can just sail, okay? If it is, there is some turmoils, there is some disturbance in the sea, then we will know how to navigate it, right? That is what happens in the corporate world. You will have disturbance, definitely. You will have challenges. You will be questioned. Your knowledge is going to be questioned. Okay, we are knowledge workers. If you know Peter Decker, he called us as knowledge workers. So we are knowledge workers. We need to develop the domain knowledge, specialize in it, but we need to understand and know other things also. It is not, I only know Java doesn't mean that I am only good at Java. Okay, I'm good at multiple things. Okay, so then there are lots of other things the machines cannot do. That is your interpersonal relationship, your collaboration with the other multiple functions, your multitasking abilities. Okay, these are your critical reasoning. That is very, very important. Okay, your problem solving, decision making. It is very, very important. These are the challenges that you are going to face. It is not the titles that is going to decide. Okay, it is not the titles. The impact is made. You can only make impact if you have the knowledge for it. And if you see in the CV, I mean, you can maybe in 2 years' time you can see a beautiful CV than what you have created 2 years back. Okay, you will have, as he said, on a Christmas night, somebody calls and asks you for an help. Do that and put it in your CV. That is how we celebrate Christmas. Okay, so that is what say, and the reward that you got. Put it in your CV. Okay, see, you're beautifying your CV. That should be your personal motive. Okay, it's a very selfish motive, but yes, we all are selfish in our own ways. Okay, so one task we do it in the organization, we are just putting it in our CV. One certificate we make, we are putting it in your CV. That is for you and for the future organization or your current organization who is going to retain you.
Thank you, ma'am. Now, quickly on to the next section that we have. So I think we can continue from here. It's already related to what we were talking about, the challenges faced by the freshers that you see these days. What are the challenges?
So freshers, what are the challenges you are going to face? What do you think? We have been talking so long, right? Please, I think you should speak. Right? Yeah, great. Yeah, both of them agree. See, as freshers, what do you think? What are the challenges that you have been hearing us, right?
Yes, you can switch on your mics.
Hello.
Yeah, please.
Experience.
Freshers, you don't have experience.
Okay, so that's a challenge.
That's
right?
a challenge. Okay.
I think we have someone there also. Yeah.
Lack of communication.
Communication skill.
Yes.
Okay.
Confidence.
Okay. Yeah, yes, this is what we see in the interviews. Okay. As I said, I mean, this is, you maybe you know, technically you'll be very perfect. Okay. If I give you a pen and paper and ask you to code something, because the fresher interview is conducted by my CEO. Okay. So he gives a pen and paper and he asks you to write. Okay. He's a very busy man who's handling 600 people, 6 offices, multiple offices across the globe. But he does that because he makes sure that every fresher who enters our organization know how to do this and speak good English. Okay? And they do that, but at the end, if you ask them to talk, okay? So that is very, very important. See, I've been saying this, harping on this because, see, from 10:30 to 11:30, I listen to the videos of our people who have been rejected by the clients. Okay? It's a sad thing and I go to bed. Okay, and the next day morning, again my recruiter will have another sad face saying that, so this is the usual purpose, usual scenario which is happening in our organization. It happens because as you said, see, now you know your challenges, right? You know that communication is an issue. Your communication is important, very, very important, like your technical skill. Okay, as I said, I mean, it is not you as an associate or you as a senior person, even senior people, we have asked them to move out because they cannot communicate with the client. See, gone are the days where you can just sit on the hide and seek and then play hide and seek. That's no longer there. I mean, you are exposed. You have to be very, very confident. You have to be, see, it never comes. It comes only with knowledge, okay? And that happens when you listen to webinars, okay? There are lots of avenues now. It was not there when I was small, okay? And so there are webinars. You listen to that webinars of your interest, okay? See, if it is communication, listen to the webinars where the communication skill has lots of articles comes. Listen to that, okay? Listen to knowledge sharing sessions. You can take knowledge sharing sessions. Whatever you learned, speak to your people. Make mistakes, okay? When we were small, we were not supposed to make mistakes. Okay, if you make mistakes, you had it. But now the new thing is that failure is a success. So you can make mistakes, okay? You can make mistakes and you learn from it. Resilience is very important. What is resilience? You bounce. It says bounce. The meaning says bounce from your whatever tough time that you had. So these are very, very important in the corporate world. It's not meaningless hollow words no longer. You need to be very, very, you need to be very passionate on what you do. Okay, if you ask me HR, I'm very passionate about HR. Okay, I cannot tolerate an ethical issue. Okay, if there is an ethical issue, I mean, that is what you freshers should be very, very clear. Okay, you need to be very ethical. See, when you sit for the interview, whatever you write in your CV is something which you know, you're very clear. Okay, your strength is what reflected in the CV. Because the question is going to be based on what you have written. Okay, you study the JD. That is the first document that you are getting from the organization. Study the JD, prepared for that interview. Line by line, you should know that these are the questions which they are going to ask. Your offer letter that you get, your first relationship with the organization. When you put your signature, be professional. Be very professional on that documents. Very, very important. Read it, understand it, then give the signature. Okay, when you give the signature, make sure that this is an ethical decision that you are taking and don't be unethical there. So these are the things which should be in your mind, because see, this makes you stand out. Okay, even if there is a technical error, we may say yes, okay, yes, to learn, or just get into this course, or just take a guidance, a coaching from this person, your senior person. But if there is an ethical issue, you're out, immediately out. That's for sure. Okay, so please make sure that you adhere to the rules. There are some policies, processes in the organization. We work on that framework, and we need that. See, cybersecurity. Okay, now we don't have. I don't have an habit of forwarding everything. Now it is there. No, you see a reel, you forward it to 100 people. That should not be a thing when you see a process document. Please don't forward it to anybody. Okay. Because this is not something which, see, because I am in HR, so many people come and ask me, Thara, can you please forward the policy document? I am taking something similar. I said, no, they are my friends, but I cannot do that. That is where you need to be very, very clear on your professionalism, which is very important.
Right. Sometimes, like, it might feel like no one is knowing or no one is watching, but still, yeah, the ethical part must. So I think we can continue talking about the challenges faced by freshers. And if you want to add anything to what ma'am was saying.
Sure. So I completely echo Thara ma'am's point. These are all very important from an ethical standpoint and information security. And in every document, right? See, people also see in sometimes you are in an organization, you take photos and all, maybe inside the CDC or maybe in the development center. That's not right, because there are CCTVs watching, and if due to some kind of a threat, then you will be get catched, right? So those things you need to watch, right? Very important. So now coming to the point, what are the challenges mentioned? So I want to take one by one. So your first point was the skills, right? So I experience, you are saying, right? See, I want to take it in a different way, okay? Because I'm a hardcore technical guy, so I want to take it a different way. See, when you say that you are technically not skilled, right? First thing, you go to any interview, right? Like Tharama mentioned, you will read the JD, right? Maybe if it is a data science, right? There'll be data science related, job related descriptions, right? So you line by line, you read it and you understand what are the skills. Basically, you may need Python and all these things. So at least you should have kind of an beginner plus intermediate levels and skills, right? So you make sure you have that, and how you are going to have that is through ICT. This is where
One
ICT
thing
comes
I
in.
hear from them is that, like, mostly when jobs are announced, it will be written like the prerequisite is at least 1 to 2 years, or maybe
Oh,
2
okay.
to 3 years. So
Correct.
that acts as a barrier.
So see, basically, that 1 to 2 years experience in our times, right? Basically, when I was 2007, 2006, when I was doing the same thing, I used to do projects my own. Okay, so nobody's stopping you. You have all the computer internships, right? And you have the availability network. Everything is available.
So many platforms where
So
we
many
can do
platforms
projects.
are available. So if you're doing data science project, why can't you try a couple of data science mini projects on your own and put in your CV? It is possible, right? And you can
happening all
ask.
around
See,
us.
that is where you need to disturb, right? These faculties, right? See, sir, I have a question. See, if I'm at your shoes, I always stood up and asked these questions. Obviously, they'll get bored of me, but at the end of the day, they know that
It's
I can do
actually
something.
what makes the class interesting.
Correct.
I always think I need some questions, and I'm very grateful to people who ask questions.
Correct. So that is very important. So you need to have, okay, if I'm next in another 3 months, you need to have in a mind, in a goal, that I'll create 2 mini projects, right, on data science. And now coming to the AML team, right? If you are saying you don't have experience, I have a question. Why can't you create a sample LLM which can take data from ChatGPT, Copilot, and all, create another LLM model? See, Google CEO Sundar Pichai is doing that. In the last demo, he has shown that he has created a combination of multiple LLMs and taken another decision framework. So basically, ChatGPT inside ChatGPT kind of series. So basically, I'm not saying you just follow a very senior experience. I'm just saying there are options you need to think about, and you need to create internships and mini projects which will add an experience to your CV. And when a person from an HR side or a technical guy, right, basically when it comes to interview, there will be multiple layers, right? First, you will be having a written examination, or it may be a technical interview. It may take, if it's technically, it will come to me. I have taken the interviews, and it will come to me. So basically, what I look at is, I'm not looking at the certifications, because certifications anybody can do. I can do 100% certification. Even though you do the certification, what actually the hands-on things you have done is the question. And unless and until you don't have this project experience, you're not able to explain it. Okay, and to an extent, right, communication is, it is there, but I still try to see, okay, whether you have done the things or not. That's the hands-on is very important from a technical point of view. Now when it comes to HR will definitely decide, okay, the communication point, whether the person, he or she can take up the resource, and to an extent whether she can pick up the things, right? So that's the first thing. So I think I answered to your question on the experience. I hope it answers, right? Okay, good. And next person is about the confidence, right? Confidence or
Communication.
communication. So when you say communication is a barrier, what actually, you know that there is a challenge in communication, right? So what you are doing to yourself to improve your communication next 3 months, it's what you need to ask. Okay, and basically, the people who is having a lack of communication, they can join multiple classes. There are a lot of classes available. You don't need to tell everybody that I'm going for a spoken English or I'm going for another thing, which you can always try. See, I'm just being open and blunt, but see, definitely you have to do that. If in your communication, you have to enable yourself. You have to arm yourself with the skills.
Actually, I meant communication means lack of domain knowledge.
Okay,
Now
so-
it's like ChatGPT is there, so people usually copy paste everything and put it in resume.
Correct.
And if an HR asks like questions and he can't communicate like what this code, what this function does, what this thing.
Okay.
I was telling about that thing.
Okay,
That's
okay. So see, to an extent, even that's what initially Tarama mentioned. Even though you put it in ChatGPT, right, you don't just copy paste the things, right? The prompt should be very very simple. So see, any communication aspects, right, from a spoken English or from an email message or whatever it is, you try to make your logic view, because at the end of the day, when you are getting tested in an interview or anything, right, you are in front of the interviewer face to face, right? And it's not kind of somebody is doing your video or something. You're doing the interview, and they will definitely try to assess what you're capable of. So be genuine and be focused and confident. So you will able to cross that. Okay, and then I think there was somebody was saying about the
confidence.
Confidence, right? See, the confidence, self-confidence is coming through what ways? If you are doing the project by on your own, you know what are the tools and security using, and you are able to do a project and you are able to disturb the faculties. And
Confidence comes from experience.
Experience, right? And that is how you enable your self-confidence,
So,
right?
what I meant by confidence is the fear of getting rejected. Like, for example,
Okay. So see, I got rejected more than 50 companies.
yes, sir. What
Okay.
I mean
So
is
I have
your
that-
idea, the idea you're going to give to the boss. You do not know whether he'll accept it or reject it.
See,
like, for example, I said confidence to Thara, ma'am. So it'll be like, is it going to be correct? Is it going to be not correct? So
See, you
that
don't need
confidence.
That circle of I got it. Whether should I say or should I don't say, right? That is what you are saying, right? Should I say or not say, right? Whether it makes sense or not sense, right?
And in the end, someone else sees it, and you're like,
or they are going to make me fun or not, right? That is obviously. See, you don't need to worry about that because at this juncture you are trying to do all experiments, right? See, you are at the juncture of your to a new transformation. You make a mistake, you make the mistakes now, right? You try to. That's why when it comes to a startup language, where people say you do the startups assertively so that it can break, it can fail. So you make 100 startup fail, so you make a one entrepreneurship success, right? That's how the story is. So don't worry about whether that is correct or not. At least logically it should be correct for you. You should not be asking some nonsense. What I'm saying is I hope it makes sense, right? At least it should be logically correct for you. If I'm asking something, it should be logically correct for you, like, and then that obviously confidence bringing.
Okay, thank you, sir. That reminds me of one question that someone asked me, like, to maybe it's relevant to an HR person, like, when after an interview, would it be okay for a person to ask where did I go wrong? So, like, someone asked me that, would it be okay for them in an interview to do that? Like, I would like to know your thoughts, all of your thoughts on that.
Definitely yes, because feedbacks. When we reject people, we do send them the feedback also. Okay, in PICS it's a culture that we are having. Okay, so that they can improve. In this area, whatever the area is. Okay?
I don't think it's widespread. I haven't seen it in lot of places.
Correct. See, the feedback is, sometimes they do come and ask us, okay, what was the case for rejection? Because we will be having multiple interviews going on. So we'll be holding some shortlisted candidates. Maybe after some time only we'll be able to tell them. But we do tell them that this was the particular skill. So this is a project that we are planning to build. Or as I said, it's going to be a complex digital agenda which you have to drive. So we think that in these answers, you couldn't answer those questions. So that's the reason why. So that feedback, we definitely give it to the employees. And I ask my recruiters also to get those from the hiring managers because, see, they also need to know that how they can source
How much
CVs.
honest would those answers be? Would they be diplomatic, or how honest could they be?
That is a very nice question. Yeah, I mean, it is going to be diplomatic, okay, and it is going to be where they can improve also, okay. It is not going to be a false thing, okay. So it is going to be diplomatic, definitely, yes. Because see, when we see, there is a cost involved, okay. Let's be very, very, very blunt here, okay. There is a cost involved in each one of us, okay. So the seat itself starts from the infrastructure, right? So organizations looks at the business part, they look at the cost part, okay? And we need to perform and we need to contribute right from as a fresher. So as he said, I mean, we diplomatically put it, right? But definitely we compare between two people, and then we'll be selecting the best because that's what the client selected. Client is, after all, we all know that client is our king, right? So we decide we go with them. Maybe we have a different opinion, but we will not take it. But we will definitely make sure. We also do tell them that if we have internal openings, we will definitely take them because we know that this guy may not suit here, but we'll go to something else. Yeah, some other
With
project.
a different skill set.
Correct.
Thank you, ma'am. So same question to Jilani sir regarding the challenges faced by freshers and how they can build the right skill set. So
Sure. I would like to go with your question, saying that okay, you mentioned that the confidence, right? So if you look at every interview, people going for an interview, they will be timid. There will be a factor of fear always, right? But I think you have to go back to Bhagavad Gita where Krishna said, "Karm karte ja, phal ki apeksha mat kar." I don't know if you understand Hindi. Right? Just do your work. Don't worry about the result. Because if you continue to now, I think even without the mic, I am loud enough. Right? Yeah. So, like, if you are going to incur the fear in yourself, you will never be successful. Right? So, make sure that don't worry about the results. Just say it out. Okay. Even say, for example, you took an example of, okay, I was hesitant to say something out, and then somebody else picked it up. And then I thought, like, okay, I should have said that. Right? Forget about being right or wrong. Be transparent, be open, just say it out. And sometimes, yeah, you are wrong, it's okay. Every step you put in ahead, you will learn something. If you are right, you will get appreciated. If you're wrong, then that's a stepping stone for being right, because at that point you are going to learn yourself, right? And then even for people who are going for an interview, right? So when you are going for an interview, you will always have that fear saying that, okay, I don't know what that fellow is going to ask, right? So you have so much on your resume, and then you expect that, okay, he will ask this XYZ, and all of a sudden there is a curveball, and then something else getting asked, and you have a blank face, right? Because you're trying to think. I'll give you an example of, like, it's a joke, right? So there was a kid, and that kid was preparing for an exam, and then for that particular exam, he had pretty much he had to learn about the train, he had to learn about the cow, he had to learn about the aeroplanes, blah blah blah, multiple things, right? So sorry, this is from my office. Okay, so I'll finish it and then I'll go. So that fellow, he didn't have time to read everything. What he did was he read about the cow. And then the next day he went for the exam. So the teacher started asking, saying that, okay, tell me about the train. He said, there was a train, and then somebody was looking from the window. He saw a cow. Cow has 2 ears, cow has 4 legs, cow gives white milk and all. And then he said, oh, no, tell me about aeroplane. Aeroplane, there was aeroplane going outside. The fellow saw a cow. And then cow has 2 legs, cow has 4 legs, cow has 2 horns. No matter whatever the question is, the answer would always go back to the cow, because that's what he learned. So what did you learn from this example? No matter what the interviewer is going to ask, you put it out what you know. How exactly are you going to express that you know something? Because that fellow is not interested. He's not going to ask you, okay, tell me, like, okay, this, because you know XYZ, I'm going to ask you XYZ. No, he's going to ask whatever he wants. But you need to be smart enough to convey, explain, like, what you have done. Just like Thara madam said, right? Like, your experience comes from the projects. So you have done XYZ projects, you have done some internship, put it out there. No matter what the opposite person is looking for, you try to explain what you have done. And this is where ethics comes into picture. You have to explain what you have done, not somebody else who have done the project, and then you are trying to explain their project as your project. Don't do that. You will get caught, right? You have invested enough. You have learned, you have put effort, and then you have done the project, you have executed. It might be anything. It might be completely irrelevant of somebody who is looking for an analyst, or somebody who is looking for you to come in as a business analyst, but you have done a project in building an AI model. It's fine. Put it out there. In that way, you are explaining what you have done, and you will be confident enough, because this is something which you did put in. And if there are questions within that, you will be able to explain, because you did it, everything from scratch. And at that point, the person might be interested to know, like, how exactly did you do it? So that gives some kind of an intimation to the opposite person, saying, okay, oh, this person looks to be smart, but maybe has done something else which I don't care at this point, but maybe he'll be able to pick up what I want, right? And the more interviews you give, the better you are, because at that point you'll get more comfortable. So rejection is not bad at all, but not trying is bad. Continue to try, continue to fail, and then you will hit it. So that's what you need to do. Don't give up. And that's where your experience comes into picture. You keep trying, you are working. So don't get disheartened or heartbroken, right? So say, for example, you're done and you're completing your bachelor's, and then there is no offer. So try to do something by yourself. You have a laptop, you have all these AI tools, start building whatever you can, right? And then continue to give interviews, even if it takes 3 months, 6 months, 9 months. It's not that you are sitting idle, you're doing something or the other, right? Everything that you're doing, put it together, and then for the next guy that is going to call you, just explain it to him, right? And that's how you build your communication as well. So somebody asked about the communication here, right? So it's not just only experience, is whatever you have done, even it's an internship, a small project, maybe a week's project, whatever, put it in. That's all your experience. You try different things. Look around and see, like, okay, what are the challenges people are facing? Okay, your mom has a challenge trying to figure out, like, what are the grains available in the house, what are not. Build something saying that, okay, mom, just keep plugging in here, and then at the end of the day, it will give you saying what is left, what is not left, and what needs to be ordered. It's a reminder. This is the app I built for my mom. It's okay. Okay, your dad is struggling with the motorcycle. Okay, every time there is no fuel in that. So build something saying that, okay, this is a reminder for you. It tries to track, and then it tries to figure out where the gas price is, like which station has the lowest gas price and all that stuff. Whether maybe your father-in-law has interest in news, build something for them. Something which somebody can use. And that's the best example that you can put it out there. Questions, anybody?
Yes, sir. One more. So there's this thing, like you have the idea, but you do not know exactly how to build it.
Okay.
Like, for example, last year in Space Park opening, there's this person who invented or made a submachine gun dual magazine for faster reloading. So isn't it obvious that there are hundreds and thousands of gamers in the world who actually thought of the same idea a long time ago?
Yeah, of course.
Yes,
What
sir.
do you think? Like, okay, how many billion people? 1.5 billion people in India, right? So there is a very high possibility that whatever you are thinking, somebody has already executed, or somebody is already about to get executed, right? So that's okay. But your thoughts are your thoughts, your ideas are your ideas. Just put it out there, right? So do you think Elon Musk was the first guy who thought of building an electric car? Was he the first guy? No. There was like hundreds and thousands guys who tried, who wanted to, but this guy executed it. He
Was
had the
persistent.
means. Right. He
persistent.
was
He didn't give
persistent.
up.
He was like persevering towards the goal. He never gave up. And then, okay, he had people around, but he did create a team. So he was moving forward methodologically, right? So once you have that method defined, then you can move forward. And it takes time. So how perseverance you can move forward with, and then how well you are equipped with, it all matters. But your ideas are always ideas, and you continue to keep up with your ideas. Sharing with ideas, sometimes like people will accept, sometimes, okay, there are probably more criticism than optimism. But it's up to you. Like, if you are confident, move forward with it.
Like, what are you listening to? Are you listening to those people who are saying negative, or maybe
That's
the
fine.
one
Like,
person
people
who's
will
saying
always be negative. What do you think? Like, when I was moving to India, people were positive. I lived like almost 20 years plus in US, and then all of a sudden I moved with my family. I was like, there were like pretty much everybody was pessimistic, saying that, oh, Trivandrum is a not even top tier city. I have been living here for 2 years now. I am okay. I am fine. My kids are fine. Everybody's fine now.
cows will block your way. Like,
Yeah, and then Lulu Mall is there, so I'm good, right? And I heard that I think Leo sir, he was talking to you guys, and then he was addressing in Malayalam, right? I don't understand Malayalam, but I understand one, Manasilayo. So it looks like when he said Manasilayo, everybody was saying yes, right? And he did talk about Splunk. He talked about the GDPR, which is the compliance stuff, And then he was, I think like he was also talking about the fintech technologies and all that stuff, right? But not even a single person here said like, okay, let's start communicating in English. Why are you explaining everything in Malayalam? I didn't see anybody. Why? You should have asked saying, hey sir, can you please address us in English? You will learn English only if somebody is talking to you in English. If everybody is talking to you in Malayalam, you will be Malayalam, right? It's not that Malayalam is not good. No, Malayalam, I love Malayalam, okay? I love my mother tongue, but the survival is English, unfortunately, right? The clients who are sitting, even in the people in Europe, the France, they speak only French, but they try to speak English. It's a very heavy accent. I don't even understand, but they try, because that's the only way they can communicate with us, right? And here, I think like it's a blessing in disguise that, okay, British came and then we got English. So, right? Yeah. So, like you have to raise it. You have to ask everyone, like try to communicate within yourselves in English. As I said, like forget about vocabulary. Throw it in the garbage. Just talk to each other. Whatever nonsense. Even I don't have my sentences framed accurately. I always failed in English. I only passed in math. So it's okay. You continue to talk to each other. You communicate with each other in English. That's how you build. That's it.
Yeah, thank you, sir. I think we are
last out.
Yeah.
Last out.
I see that he's the only one asking questions. Like, there is nobody else. Nobody has any other questions at all.
So,
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
so there's this scenario in the office. It's slightly related to that gaming thing, but this time it's in the office. So you already have the idea. You're going to tell it to your boss, but you do not know exactly how to put it into words. So it's like you're helplessly watching it when someone else gives your idea and like gives a PPT, etc. Which is so helpless that you couldn't give it, and your boss gives him a promotion.
Well, things happen, right? It happens always, right? But when you have an idea, when you have something that you want to put forward, put it in a document, put it in a diagrams are much better than just trying to explain everything in words, because once you start putting out in diagrams, it not only helps you, but it helps others understand much better. Even if it is like 4 boxes, that's fine. Just put out like boxes here and there, some lines here and there, and then put it out there.
I think collaboration also is a good idea. Maybe getting help from some of your coworkers who are good at putting.
Yeah, like well, I think the concern is okay. If he shares with the coworker is going to get it out there, right? So if you want to share with your boss, that's fine. Put it out in a paper and say, do you have like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or whenever he's going for a bathroom break, just walk with him. It's fine. Okay, it will take like a couple of minutes for him to walk, right? So you can show him. If he likes the idea, then he will basically ask you to come into his cabin and then spend maybe 5-10 minutes, right? That is the first 5-10 minutes where you have to be very convincing. If you convince, then probably you will get another 30 minutes slot. All right. Other questions? Anybody? Can somebody else had a question?
Sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a doubt that does masters matter in senior roles?
To be true, at this point I don't even I don't think even bachelor's matters. Okay. To be true, yeah, I'm being very transparent, my friend. So I'm looking at the resume. Somebody says BSc Physics. I said I don't care. You tell me like what you have done, right? Okay, you have done some was I think it was a some medical field, biotech something. So I said like okay, that was done 15 years or 12 years back, and now the person came in with a resume, and then Sri Kumar sir forwarded the profile. I said like okay, well, I would like to give you an opportunity because you have done something out of your field and you have invested time. So help me understand, like what have you done and why have you done this? So she did it. She spent time trying to understand, learn, do online courses, take courses here and there, and she did put in a lot of effort. And she was able to convince me that she did it, because the first thing is like that ethical factor will come to picture, right? So if I see something and you are showing something on the laptop, I don't know if you have done it or like somebody else, maybe it was your brother, your brother-in-law, like whoever, like you have so many relatives in IT, somebody has helped you, right? So I want to make sure that you are the one who have done it. So if I go deep dive into that project, and I will point out anywhere you should be able to explain. And if you are able to explain that, that means you did it, right? And then on top of it, I say like, okay, let's challenge, like give an assignment for a week or so, come back and see like how good you have done that, right? So at that point, I don't care like what you have done. If you are good, if you are smart enough, you are able to pick up and you are able to show, you are able to excel, you are in. That's it. Cool.
Yeah, I'd like to add one more point, right? See, you have bachelor's. That's why you are going for masters, right? And why you are going for masters? You need to ask this question, right? You are joining ICT to get a job, right? Not to do the masters. So first, you need to define the priorities. It's not only for you when you ask the right question, because there are a lot of people here. They'll be having the same thought process in families, right? Parents will be saying, okay, why? See, you have not got any job for last after doing for 6 months or something. Why are you not trying for master? So you are after doing the degree. See, when I was at your space, my first preference was to get the job. I don't know how I will get a job. I'll do multiple projects, intern projects, whatever it is, right? Mini projects and all. But my topmost priority should be to get a job. And to do that, you do internships, you improve the communication skills, you improve the confidence, right? And that's how you need to focus. If you're not laser focused on that, obviously you will go into an MTech, you will get deviated. Maybe you will do an assistant professor or you will become a faculty. See, there are different career paths. I'm not saying that's not good. If your priority is to get a job, I think that's what you need to focus on. Then accordingly, once you get a job, yes, you can do masters, MBA or PhD or whatever you want. Open the sky.
That's what my question was, like, if only to pivot into a senior role from a junior role, so then would masters matter there?
See, that doesn't matter to an extent, what I can say. Okay, at least for the first 10 years of your career, because I have around 18 years, so that's what I'm saying. Till up to 10 years, it doesn't matter. But see, while you are in the career from 0 to 10 years, right, you are into an junior role, you became a senior role, and then you became a lead role, right? So master doesn't matter. But then you want to see, okay, my senior is doing a management role, right, where I have only a bachelor's degree. Obviously, if you're doing a part-time degree, that matters, but that's not at the discussion point you need to take right now. I hope it makes sense.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Any other questions, guys? See, this is communication. You need to speak out. It might be a stupid question, it might be an invalid question, whatever it might be.
Yeah, I think we have a question there, sir.
I have a question to Kishore, sir. Sir, I'm cybersecurity student. So, since you have 18 years of experience, what are some of the projects you have seen by like candidates which made you like, oh, this student did well. This student
Blew his
knows-
mind, right?
Yeah.
Which blew his mind.
Yeah.
Okay. So see, maybe I'll take one of my examples because I don't want to say about others. It's not good for the candidates. It's ethical. So see, I have done in my engineering after my graduation through C, right? There is a language called C, right? There is something called graphical user interface. So you can create GUIs through C language, right? So I did that. So it's one of the example I'm saying. Okay. And when it comes to cybersecurity budget, I'll say, right, there are many domains. First of all, when it comes to cybersecurity, since he's asking specifically to cybersecurity, there are 12 domains. You know it, right? And if you go to ISC2, you can see there are what are the different domains like IDAM, cloud, and all. So see, you pick up one domain, you try to specialize on that, and you try to do the certification on that. That helps you to focus on those projects which is related to, for example, if I say SailPoint, right, which is related to identity and access management domain, right, where you became a SailPoint developer, right, you became a SailPoint administrator, and you became a SailPoint architect. That's a career path, right? Same goes for SOC. Okay, like he was taking the session on Wazuh. That's a very open source tool, which is very, very good. So you became a SOC analyst, you became a SOC developer. There are two career path there. One is SOC developer, then you became a SOC lead and architect. SOC analyst is having a different role. So you pick up the domain which you want on cybersecurity. It's not only for cybersecurity, even if you go to data science or AML or anything, right, or full stack. Again, you need to pick up a subdomain in that. It's not something you learn 6 months here, you know everything, right? You have to go into deep. That's why I'm saying every day you need to spend, you need to have a clear understanding on what is your goal should be. Then only it makes sense, right? If you go to the interview, you can say, okay, these are the 5 projects I have done. By the end of, if you're starting your ICT by, I don't know when this team has started. Is it already 6 months or 1.5 months? Very good. So you have 6 months already. Next 5 months, you need to have 5 projects in hand. And by the time you come out of ICT, you should have, say, I have done 6 mini projects. Is that challenge? You can take it up. It's a question to every one of you, 40 people in this call, in this group, right? So that kind of vision you need to have. And obviously you have options to present in hackathons, right? There are multiple hackathons happening in Technoparks, right? Try to just join and register, right? And create a group, WhatsApp group. There are a lot of options. Why are you stopping yourself? See, Harish sir is not going to come to you and say, oh, you joined there, right? You come
I
here.
have done that literally for some batches.
Obviously, right? I know it. You are, as a facility, you are also pushing. But see, ideally, that initiative should be taken from your side because you are on demand, right? It's not him. You need to start and you need to push from your side. I hope it makes sense, right?
So I think we are a bit overextended, like our deadline has, but I think the questions are coming, so it's a good session. But still, if there are any questions remaining, I think our guests will be, they will be inclined to answer it. Even if you share with ICT, we will be sharing the questions with them and we will get back to you with the answers. So I hope this was a very, I think this much interaction, it rarely happens. But I think it was a good thing. So I think it also is the quality of the panel speakers who made them speak out. So I thank all of you. And now I think we can wind up this panel discussion and invite our team to, for the concluding. Yeah, sure, ma'am.
Yeah, I mean, on this presence, the digital presence is very important. Where I think nobody said about LinkedIn. So I would like to know how many of you have LinkedIn profile? Almost all. Oh, good. So that is an area where you can put your ideas, right? You don't need long writing sentences there. Bullet points are enough, which you can get from ChatGPT. And see, that presence actually, if you could get, senior people see it. In your contacts, you will definitely get internship there. Okay, join the groups. Cybersecurity groups or whatever you're in key interest areas, and post it there and speak to them. That is one place where you can definitely make a difference.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Ma'am, but is ChatGPT really allowed, ma'am? Because when a recruiter like you, if you see the description, it'll be like, oh, it's obvious he's from ChatGPT. He doesn't use his creative mind at all.
What's your name?
Chris.
Oh, Chris, really good. You're the only person who I think motivated others to talk. Okay, see, Chris, you can use it. I'm not against ChatGPT. Yeah? You can use it. But then if I ask questions, you should be in a position to answer. That is very, very, because I know it is ChatGPT or it is human mind, everything. Because we are taking interviews every day. Okay, it's like every day it's exercise for us. So we know it. But only thing is that you need to explain it. And answer the question in the right manner. Then it is fine. We don't, we know that. See, even codes, you get it from ChatGPT, right? Coding is done there. So it is fine. Interviewers also say that you can use it. But only thing is that you need to explain it.
ChatGPT or not, you must back it up, right? Okay, so with that, I think we can invite our anchors to continue with the vote of thanks. So,
a very good evening to everyone present here. As we come to the conclusion of AspireX Industry Readiness Panel Discussion, I take opportunity to express my sincere gratitude to all those who made this program meaningful and successful. First and foremost, I extend a heartfelt thanks to Mr. Muralidharan Manigal, CEO of ICT Academy of Kerala, for his presence, and Mr. Srikumar KV for gracing the occasion and for delivering an inspiring keynote address that truly motivated all of us. I would also like to express our sincere appreciation to our expert speaker, Mr. Joy, for the insightful session on Where Log Speaks, the Wazuh Workshop, which enriched our technical understanding and provided valuable industry perspectives. Our special thanks to panel discussion moderator, Mr. Harish Rajendran, Senior Knowledge Officer ICTAK, for skillfully steering the discussion and bringing out valuable insights. I extend my heartfelt gratitude to our esteemed panelists, Ms. Thara D'Souza, Mr. Kishore CG, and Mr. Jilani Eckler for sharing their experiences, guidance, and practical advice, which will surely help us shape our career paths with clarity and confidence. We would like to extend our gratitude to Tony Joseph and members who joined from Pitch Solutions. I would also like to thank all the ICTAK team members, faculty, coordinators, and support staff for their continuous support and seamless coordination throughout the program. A special word of appreciation goes to our MCs, Mr. Srihari and Ms. Monica Tam, for anchoring today's event so gracefully and ensuring the smooth flow of the program from start to finish. My sincere congratulations to the PLACE alumni, SDET and Power BI batch participants who were recognized today. Your achievements are truly inspiring. Finally, I thank all the participants for your active involvement and enthusiasm, which added great to the session. With this, I once again thank everyone present here. Thank you and have a wonderful evening.